So in this video, you're going to see some of our favorite parts of the reptile business, and that's handling and just playing with our animals, and also some of the crappiest parts of the reptile business. This is a warning now. If you do have a weak stomach, parts in this video. Thank you guys. I told my son that I would help him with handling Tupac. He is the spunkiest of all of our baby bearded dragons that we have. He was ordered as my son's personal pet off of Morph Market. He is a beautiful baby. He's very healthy. He's a great eater. He is settled in. He is just not one for being handled too much. He has bit a couple times, so let's see if I can get him out without getting bit. Okay. You always want to go from underneath. Okay. I brought Tupac into my room. And as you can see, he's not really flamed up too much. He has some labored breathing. Phone. So when the babies are trying to run, as you can see, I hold their front legs back. I'm not hurting him. I am not putting pressure on them. I just have their legs back a little to stop encouraging him from running. He is upset and he is mad, and hopefully I don't. It takes a while for Tupac to calm down. He is getting a little bit calmer, and when he calms down, I will put him on my shirt and let him just sit for a little bit. Hopefully I can get to that point. He is calming down. I'm going to put him on my shirt. I'll put my hand over his back, and just to add some, it's like a support method. It's kind of like calms him down. It's comforting. So hopefully I can get that to happen soon. So as you can see, he's calmed down enough to I am going to put him back, because when baby beardies are in distress, you don't want to hold them too much. You just want to hold them enough until they get calm and they realize, like, hey, this person isn't going to hurt me or eat me. You put them back, and then you hold them later on after they calm down some more.
Because I don't like the honey one, because it's too much and you just die.
And as you can see, he is perfectly calm now. I'm also going to go ahead and handle his beardie, Bulma. She is the female that is stunted. She is, as you can see, way easier to handle, way easier to deal with. She's used to being held, and she actually likes it. Bulma is similar to Draco when it comes to like being able to handle. She is a lot nicer. She likes to be pet. She's way calm. She looks a lot smaller than what she really is. Her age is a little over a year old, so she is stunted in her growth. She's a rescue, and we rescued her from an old lady who had her in like the equivalent of a 10-gallon. No space to move at all. She had her in it for over a year. She wasn't on like a great diet as well, So we've got her on a better diet. We have her in a 40 gallon, and she is already growing lengthwise and width. She's also just a lot happier overall. I actually do want to get her outside in the playpen today and see how she does. After I'm done handling her for a little bit for my son, because he's at his dad's for a few days and he likes his reptile to be handled daily. So after I'm done handling her for a little bit, we will get her outside and see how that goes. So we're putting Bulma in
Sorry, buddy.
the playpen.
Where is she? I'm sorry.
She already looks a little bit happier than Draco. So we'll see how she does. Give her some time to play. I'll organize her wood around for her so she's got some things to climb on. I usually do like some sort of like teepee thing in here with the wood so they can climb on it. Okay. Alright, Bulma. We'll see. As you can see, Draco has taken a massive dump in the middle of his enclosure, so now we have to clean it out. Thanks, bud. Thanks. I don't want to be that nasty reptile pet mom, but if you look, he has not been chewing his mealworms. That's one of his bad habits, and by not chewing them, he is not digesting them correctly. Now we give mealworms to all of our bearded dragons. It's not their steady diet, but they do get them here and there. And I'm guessing we're gonna have to take it out of Draco's diet. It's one of his favorite proteins and he won't be happy about it. But this is why we check and examine our pets' stool samples, because this isn't healthy for him at all. It's not always fun in games when it comes to owning reptiles. You must spot clean every day, which means every day you're going to be dealing with dragon poop. And it's not fun. And dragon poop, no matter the size, is very stinky. These are puppy pads that we cut up, and I leave a layer of the waterproof on the back just to make sure that no wetness gets through. And this is our spot cleaning bucket. So I go through and I just check everybody's enclosure. I spot clean. I pick out any large, well, any size turds. Even the small ones are pretty stinky. I'd have to say that I think that's it for Dragon Star. Thank you, bud. Just one today. Appreciate it. I'd have to say that dragons smell way worse than the leopard geckos. Freckles and Sherbert. They usually go in two corners, right here and right there. Leopard geckos tend to do that. Their enclosure's pretty bare, and that's just because they just laid and we washed everything out, and we'll be replacing it today. Now, gecko is another one that always goes into the same corner, so I move her leaf, and her enclosure's smaller, and she's smaller, so it's kind of hard to see. But all of these little specks are gecko poops. go. Checking in on Bulma, and she has found a log right in the sun, so it's good for her to get those natural UV rays. So we'll let her bask a little more and come get her in a little bit. Is Rona and Misty's enclosure, and as you can see, they've made it quite easy, and they decided that their cave is going to be where they want to go potting. So we'll go through and we'll get it all out. And with the cave, I'll actually grab a spray and spray it just to clean it out, make sure we get it all good. There's 2 piles in here. Okay, girls. Let's get the spray. And this is what we clean everything out with. So I'll spray that down and let it sit for a few minutes, and then we will check and see if there's any other piles, because there's 2 in there, so there's usually quite a lot. They're also babies. Well, not babies, but young adults, so they eat a lot. So here's a pile. So they usually go a couple times a day. And here's a pile. And that's just one of the things that happens when you have more than one in there. Is you deal with more poop. And just wipe it out. We'll come in and check out our quarantine enclosure. This is our quarantine closet, and as you can see, somebody's come to see what we're doing. Hello. She still does not have a name, and this is our Dalmatian, Super Snow, white and yellow, Tramper, Albino, Murphy Patternless, and Eclipse. She needs a name. And I just realized that this is not plugged in. Let's get it plugged in. There's a lot of wires in here for the heat pads and the thermostats and all that. So, hi honey. You have already ate today. Yes. So you are going to have to wait. As you can see, the quarantine girl has gone potty a couple times as well, and she's another subadult, so she goes a lot. Fat girl is not in her enclosure because she is being bred right now. We have Soledo down here who is making a mess with his calcium, but that's okay. That lets me know he's using it. Let's check out and see. Have you gone potty? Oh, my sister must have got ya. When she feeds, she does spot clean, so if it's in there and she notices it, she will get it. So maybe she got him already. Bye, Salado. So we're back upstairs where we began with my son's beardies. And Bulma has gone a few times.
We're doing a different version than this version. Yeah. My trouser is hard.
And Tupac has just gone once.
won't do that.
So I'll just go through here
Wait.
and get it.
Hang it. It's only on one.
So other than Draco, everybody else's stools, as you can see, are healthy. Hey bud, you have some more grapes up there? I mean blueberries. are healthy and digested well and doing good. So Draco's the only one who's going to have an adjusted diet. We are trying to get him on more vegetables, but at the current moment we can only get him on blueberries, and I know you've heard it from us more than once that it's due to the fact that he has only been given freaking bearded dragon pellets his entire life. So getting him on proteins and veggies has been the hardest thing, and we got him on mealworms and blueberries, so we do need to get him adjusted a lot quicker, though, because it's concerning me. So it's been a while now, and the sun's starting to go down some. And Bulma has actually handled being outside a lot better than Draco. Hi, lady. Hey, lady. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, girl. I know. There's something new. I'm gonna get you upstairs now. Back into your safe enclosure. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Bulma back into her enclosure.
In your face. You're coming with me. You're coming with me.
There you go.
2 minutes. Find me, huh?
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yeah, my hand. And that's.
Don't mind